Good morning. So what I have here is a slab of deer ribs. I got this idea from Steve Ranella, the meat eater. He'll probably never ever see this YouTube video, but hey, got to give credit where credit is due, so we're going to give this a try. I used to go through and bone this all out individually and make hamburger meat out of it, and it's a pain in the ass. So I figured anytime you can cook up some ribs and get something out of it with a little less work, it'd be worth it. So basically what's going to happen is we'll thaw these out, trim them up, and put them in the crock pot to cook all the fat out, then grill them. And we'll see how this handles the rigors of cooking. Might fall apart, might be the best thing I ever had. I don't know, we'll find out. So I've got everything laid out here. I got my ribs trimmed, some seasoned salt. It's Johnny's with a little bit of this Asian 5-pepper stuff that I have. I'll put a couple of red peppers in, some garlic cloves. Drop it in the old crock pot and cook it till all the fat comes out. Like I said, I'm just kind of ripping off the methodology here from the meat eater ribs, not necessarily the recipe, because I just wanted to see how it turned out. So we'll see how it turns out. There it is. I just added a little bit of brown sugar to it. It just seemed like a good idea. So we'll let these puppies cook all day till the fat comes out, and we'll give you a couple of peeks along the way. So I came outside here because I'm one of those people that's really into the whole out of the earth, into the earth thing. So I have some suet, or a bunch of the deer fat that I have took off those ribs. What I do is I just hang them on these little hooks on my tree and kind of put them in the bark. Because first of all, the chickens will eat it if I don't. But I leave it out here for the wintertime birds, you know, the whiskey jacks, because I said that they were lucky, if you remember from one of the other videos, and the woodpeckers. Just a little something to help get everybody through the winter, and like I say, out of the earth, back into the earth. There's the finished product, a virtual smorgasbord for all of our wintertime birds. So I just pulled these deer ribs out of the crock pot, and there's a lot of fat that cooked off of them, plus what I trimmed. I mean, look at that. That is a good batch of deer fat. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. There's got to be a use for it. But, so I guess we'll let these drain and kind of hang out and cool a little bit. And then we'll put them on the barbecue and we'll see what happens. So like so many people that have gone through COVID, or the COVID thing, or whatever you want to call it, we had to get an air fryer. So we do make our own JoJo's to go with it. I just had to throw it in because I think it's funny because everybody has an air fryer now. So yeah, I just give them the oil and put them in a Tupperware and let them kind of stew up a little bit and make a crust. Then when you air fry them, they kind of have that little crispiness to them. Kind of cool. All right, the barbecue is hot and the ribs are not. I let them drain and everything so that all the fat would run out. We're just going to put them up here to grab a little char. And then we'll baste them with some barbecue sauce. And hopefully, this will be a new fun thing, because I usually don't like to spice the heck out of my deer. I just feel like, you know, its flavor best shines with minimal spice, but we'll see what we get out of these guys. You can see the fat has already solidified on a couple of those, but we're going to get them reheated. We're going to let them cook up for a little bit, pick up a little of that char, and then we'll hit them with some barbecue sauce. Alright, let's see how we're looking. Well, they're sizzling up nice. You can see there's still a little bit of fat in them. I'm going to go ahead and flip these and hit them with some barbecue sauce. Hit them on the way over and hit them on the way back. This is Idaho huckleberry barbecue sauce. It's a sauce that my wife and I just happened to pick up. And I figured it was only fitting, since this was an Idaho deer and Idaho and the whole Idaho thing. Sorry about my cinematography. Good God. So we'll get these flipped. Oh, that one fell apart. one wants to. God damn it. This really sucks doing this one-handed, but hey, at least it's real. Screw it, let's get with it here. Quit pussyfooting around. Make sure these little crusty parts get some. Alright, we're all basted. We'll see what happens. Like I said, sorry. There they are. We'll go ahead and pull these off and see what we got. I mean, if nothing else, they look good. Who's that? That's like a piece of deer steak. And we'll just give it a little drizzle of our good old-fashioned Idaho huckleberry barbecue sauce on top, so it kind of just soaks in. Give it a little brush while it rests, and dinner's ready. Well, we have tried this, and I have taken a big old hunk off of that rib, and 3 out of 3 of us agree. It's a good way to make ribs. I think it's way better than picking the meat off the bone and trying to split it all out for hamburger. I think this is definitely a win. I think the MeatEater guy's onto something here. And as you saw, I used the huckleberry barbecue sauce that we had and just added some stuff to it, cooked the fat out of it, but I got to admit, I never knew a deer rib could be so good, because usually it's full of chapstick and kind of tastes a little bit like funk. And I'm not usually a big fan of all the seasoning on deer meat, but this is a way to go. I'd definitely do this with my ribs again. A big thanks and shout out to the star of the show, and thanks for watching. I hope you come back soon.